Hey everybody, welcome to Wide Family Farm. This was an unexpected live, and I'm trying to get my camera set up here. Okay, so do I ever have an issue? I have a big problem. Not wearing any makeup, pardon me. Now you guys haven't seen me in a minute. So, my husband thought it'd be a great idea to leave my Lodge cast iron Dutch oven outside. And when he did this, it rusted. So I'm going to show you real quick. Sorry, blocking this with my thumb. I'm going to show you real quick what I have to do to it. And I'm kind of in the midst of... Oh, you have no idea. Hold on. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Dang it. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, settings. Camera. Back camera. That's what I want. Okay, so this is my cast iron. Yeah, this has been left outside almost all summer. So I'm a little angry, a little perturbed about this. So what do you do when your cast iron is like this? You beat the crap out of it, right? So I'm going to show you real quick how I do it. Hold on 1 second. This is pain, man, doing this on your phone. I don't know how people do it. Camera. Front camera back. Hi, welcome back. There we go. And is that better? A little bit better. Not by a whole lot, though. I'm going to move my coffee maker. I was using it as a prop. There we go. So I have a piece of sandpaper. It is probably the roughest grit I can find. It's P60. It doesn't really say anything else on it. So it's P60. That's what I'm using. And I'm sanding it. Just going to sand all this off. If this doesn't work, guys, I'm just going to take a wire wheel to it and sand it off that way. This is not fun. I'm kind of angry. We were using this outside on the grill for different various projects and things. And right now I have some cast iron in the oven. Oh crap, I have to pull my hair out of my face and I have rust all over my hands. Yeah, this is going to be a huge project. I might not be able to get it all done. Hey, Chipper. I soak it in water and vinegar for 2 hours before scraping the rust off. Yes, I've already washed it and stuff. I did that. What a pain in the arse. Not too happy. But it is coming off. It's just going to take a little elbow grease. It's mainly on the surface. And if I push really hard, it's coming off. So, no big deal. Hello, 4 people that are watching. Thank you for coming in. So this is my cast iron Dutch oven. I have a very large cast iron collection that I've been collecting now over the years. And I don't advise letting your pieces rust if you can avoid it. If you can avoid it altogether, you're awesome. But if you can't, then you have to sand it. My husband left this outside all summer. My hands are gross. And so I'm sanding it off. I'm going to have a very large mess. So if you're doing this, you're going to have a mess. Do it in a place. I'm doing it in my kitchen. I've got a large counter space here. I'm not too overly concerned. A sander works too if you have like a handheld sander. That works too. But I don't have access to that right now. And I didn't really want to go all the way with it. I think, see, it's already starting to come off. Y'all. See, I don't know where the camera is on this thing. You can kind of see here, it's already starting to come off. So I'm just going to sand as much as I can. My camera is over here. There we go. That's a little better, I think, maybe. So this is what I'm doing. And yes, I do this to my wooden spoons every once in a while as well. I have a large collection of wooden spoons that I use. And I use that as well. I use like a light sandpaper. I sand them down every once in a while. And then I use mineral oil on them to keep them in the best shape as possible. And I'm doing this in a circular motion. You can do it however you want, but I find if I press hard and do a circular motion on this, the rust comes off really, really easy. No big deal. It's okay. It's not a big deal. I had my pizza pan was kind of rusted too, so I'm gonna do what I can, and if I can't do it, then we'll use the sander outside. But it's coming off. Just got to work at it a little bit here. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Anyone ever try to use salt? Yes. Yes, I have. It's horrible. I tried to use salt when taking off crap. Oh, crap. I just put my arm in that. Ooh, yeah, baby. I feel like I'm back working with wood again. My hands are all dirty. But yeah, so you just have to give it a little elbow grease, scrape the rust off, and go from there. And hopefully I have my oven going right now. It is currently set at 400, and I got 2 pieces in it right now. Went to an apple orchard today. Yeah, I did. I've already rinsed it off. Hello. Thanks for coming in, Keith Kronk. Hello, Rebel. I got 2 pieces in the oven right now, and one of them is a pie pan because I'm making apple pie in my new apple pie cast iron pan tomorrow. So kind of excited about that. And yes, I know vinegar works. We had a Blackstone actually that we got off the side of the road that my husband dipped in vinegar and completely redid, and it's like freaking brand new, and he got it off the side of the road because somebody couldn't take care of it. So like I said, I'm going to try this first. If this doesn't work, we're going to take a sander to it. I don't have a whole lot of time here to be messing around with this. I want to get it oiled up and put in the oven and start all over with the grease. But yeah, this is a pain in the ass, but it is coming off. Let me get a paper towel and I'll get off some of this dust and I'll show you what I did so far. Sorry. I had to wash off my arm. It's crazy. So if I just take a cloth and wipe this a little bit, you can see that I've already taken a lot off right here and around here. So it's working. I just got to continue to do it. Yeah. Dustin is upstairs. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's cold here in Ohio. It was 30 something degrees this morning here in Ohio. So that's a telltale sign that we're probably going to have a hard winter. I mean, it's not even the end of October yet. But yeah, so why am I doing this? Okay, because my husband left my Dutch oven outside on the grill for half the summer. And when he did that, the inside is okay. It's just the outside that got pretty rusty and some of this lid. The lid is actually not bad at all. So I took care of that. It's just this one side that has gotten really, really bad. And over here a little bit. So I'm just going to take the sander and sand it off really good and use an oil and oil it up. Now, you guys, I have been using ghee on most of my cast iron crap, and I tell you what, I don't like it. I've been using ghee now for over a year in some of my stuff, and I just don't like the way the ghee is working. So I've been using canola oil, and believe it or not, the canola oil is what every chef online has been using as well. So I've been using the canola oil on all of my pans, and it's working out really well. This was a really, hey Kathy Bates, hey sweetie. This was really an unplanned live, y'all. So just an FYI, I wasn't planning on going live today, but I thought I'd show you this catastrophe here. So I'm going to sand the crap out of it, and it'll be back to new here in a minute. This is probably the roughest piece of sandpaper that I've used. I use a really light, fine sandpaper when I'm doing my wooden spoon. But yeah, so and yeah, this is quite messy. See? Ooh, look at my mess. But yeah, it's quite messy, y'all. And it's okay. It's not a big deal. It will come back to new before too long. What was it that I saw? Doug and Stacy, I think I saw them do it. You can purchase these little black puck things, and that gets rust off really well too. Everybody says dip it in vinegar. Yeah, you could do that. You could probably do Coca-Cola too. Coca-Cola is very acidic and will take off crap as well, and it's somewhat food safe. So you could probably do Coca-Cola as well. But it's not a really bad rust. So I'm just gonna do this to the surface, and the one side doesn't have it at all. So I am not afraid to get dirty, so why not? Yeah, there's just some light stuff on the surface. It's not a really big issue. Hey, Marshmallow Man, thanks for coming in. Sorry I haven't been going live. I haven't. My life has been really busy. I haven't had a whole lot of time for it. And this week is probably one of my busiest weeks, running Fred back and forth to school, and then I volunteered at the school and doing stuff with him. My body's way of saying I probably should be wearing a mask. This is my Dutch oven. This thing was brand new when I got it. So it's coming off. It's looking great. And I'll be back to new. Can you do this with electric sander? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And I have one. If it was really bad, like if it was like it had needed a full restoration and the lid was bad, I would do that. But it's not really that bad, and I'm actually taking off a lot of the rust. I got to get in between the handle here, but really it's coming off, so it's not that big of a deal. Now, yes, you can use a regular sander. I'm getting this bottom part and this side because this was the worst. And it didn't really require a whole lot. What's up, Bubba? What you looking at? What were we using this for, as one might say? We're putting oil in it, and I thought Fred was going outside again. We were putting oil in it and using it as a deep fryer on the grill, and yeah, it got left out there. A lot of people don't know how to take care of their cast iron and or know anything about them. So you can find really good deals online as well, and sand them down as well. A lot of people don't know what they have. I know, who was it? My husband was telling me that. I think it was Ken Rollins. That's his name. Kent Rollins. Cowboy Kent Rollins. He completely takes. This is a lodge, but he completely takes the lodge coating completely off, and then starts from scratch. You'll see that in a lot of his videos. And he says, well, I don't know what they're putting, on that. So he'll completely redo them, which is fine. He uses cast iron, I think, every day of his life. So. And then I've seen people talk about rust on their pans and how the rust keeps coming back. Well, it keeps coming back because you didn't oil it enough. You didn't oil it like you should. And then I've had people say, oh, just use it anyway. Well, you don't want rust in your food. So, yeah, you don't want to use it anyway. You want to clean it up. There's some parts like around this handle and stuff I'm having a hard time getting in there to get. So. I don't use my cast iron a whole lot. And I would really love to go camping someday, so I can use it on the campfire because I haven't done that either. And but I do like cooking with it. So and yeah, I'm just taking this outside layer of rust off. It wasn't bad. And now if this would have been outside all winter yet, on top of everything, it would have been horrible, and I'd probably have to get a new pan. I wouldn't have messed around with it, and that's what people do. If you want to take the time to totally redo them, have at it. But yeah, it's coming off and it's looking beautiful. I'm going to spin this around a little bit so you guys can see. You could tell that it's shining right here. If you had a Dremel, yep, with the different accessories for you, you'd be able to do it handless, really easy. Yeah, you can use a Dremel. Yeah, for sure. You could also, I don't know, you can use this. This is not a big deal. Some of this is not bad, so I'm not really all that worried about it. I am just redoing some of this. And I'm gonna flip this. I'm gonna kind of clean this up a little bit and flip this around. Give me 1 second. Wash my hands. I'm gonna kind of clean this rust up a little bit with this cloth here. Okay, rust everywhere. Just want to make sure I'm cleaning this stuff up. It's a mess. Okay. So I have successfully done some of this, so I need to do the top part here. And that's what I shall do. All right. Hey, Runtles. I just wondered how this was done. Yeah, you can do it like this, or you can use a sander, however you feel comfortable with. If you don't have a sander, which 9 times out of 10 people don't, then they can use this. Especially a lot of women, they don't have sanders, so they're going to be able to get to the store, and they are going to be able to buy some sandpaper. So that is my oven going off because I do have some cast iron in there seasoning. Hey Moon, thanks for coming in. My son's going wild. Give me 1 second, I gotta turn off the oven. They say, well, it's just because I don't have the space. But they do say you could just like leave it in. Hey, Dr. Paula, what's up? Thanks for coming in. Who is else? Oh, that was Moon. But they say that you could take those out. I don't really have a space to put some really hot cast iron, and my son is running around, so I'm just gonna leave it in the oven until it's completely cooled down. So that's what I'm gonna do, and then I'll start the oven back up. So this looks worse than what it is, I think. So I'm just gonna get this top edge here too, because I couldn't get that when it was laying on the top. Yeah, it's nice to see you. Thanks for coming in. I've catched your comments, but I know I haven't really been going live near as much as what I should. I've just been super busy. My son's in school, and so that's that. Tomorrow we went to an apple orchard today, and speaking of which, I have made myself some tea. This is my Halloween Ouija board cup. But I've got some peaches and cream tea today at the apple orchard place. Oh, and it's delicious. Very peachy. And I bought like a couple bags of apples. So I'm going to make apple pie tomorrow with my mom, and I have a cast iron pie pan that I was going to use that with. I don't know what it says, P60, and it goes on an electric sander, but I've just been using this, and he's only 4. He's in preschool, so I'm running him back and forth and stuff like that. And this week is Grandparents' Day, and then I volunteered at the school because they're doing some kind of scholastic kids thing this week for kids and reading, and so I volunteered for that. And so I've just been super busy, and we're remodeling the kitchen. Just lots of stuff going on. So all right, so that looks amazing. Let's see if I can get this off. I'll have to wash it again, obviously. You can see that I've completely taken that off, which is good. It's good. It's good to see some progress, because once you sand and then you sand some more and you're still not doing anything with it, it kind of is disheartening. Those were fun days volunteering in the kids' school. Yes. Yeah, I'm excited to do it with them. So tomorrow my mom is going up to the school for Grandparents' Day, and he's in 2 different classes. So he'll be going up. Tomorrow will be Grandparents' Day, and then they're doing it on Wednesday too. So his other grandma can come up as well, and they can go twice. Kind of take advantage of the situation a little bit, and we're doing 2 field trips this year already for this month of October, and my husband will get to go by himself with him, and then I'll get to go. So it'll work out really well. Where I'm having an issue is around the handle here, because I can't get my fingers in here. It makes it hard, so I'm going to try my best to get in between here. And that was the same thing. I had a pizza pan, cast iron pizza pan, had the same issue where I had a hard time getting in the grooves and stuff of the pan. So just do your best. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, missed the beginning. What are you looking for on your sanding? Okay, I'm just taking. My entire pan was rusted on the one side. My husband left this out on the grill for most of the summer, so it rusted, and so I'm just taking off the rust, um, and then I'm going to re-season the pan. And right now, I did pretty well, I thought. I won't be able to tell if I took it off completely until I go to like rinse it off again and actually take a really good look at it. All right. I'm taking a good look at it because there were some spots that didn't have rust at all. And so I'm not going to sand those. I might lightly go over it, but I'm not going to sand as hard as I am now trying to get this off. People are like, okay, so what do you use to season? Oh, hey. Okay, so, hey, Huga. Thanks for coming in, honey. Okay, so what I use, okay, I was using ghee. Ghee is number one. Anything that has a really high heat, a high heat, I guess you would say, percentage. Um, Point. Thank you. My husband's listening to me. A high heat point. So you can use ghee, which is good. Ghee is it's an okay thing. I just don't like to use it on my cast iron. Um, so what a lot of people do, and I know Tammy does, she uses um, bacon grease, which is probably people's number one thing to use in a cast iron situation. And I've been using canola oil because that's what I have available right now, and my husband uses it on his Blackstone. So, um, yeah, so canola oil is just as good, and it works out just fine. I don't have any issues with it. But the ghee, I didn't like. I think it was wearing off too fast when I was cooking, or something. I don't know. I just didn't like it, and I seasoned a lot of my pans in it. It does have a high heat point, so you can use it. So, I mean, if you like it, then whatever floats your boat. Makes sense. Use what you have at that time. Yeah. Um, I have like a whole thing of canola oil. So, yeah, or bacon grease. Yeah. And so that's what I'm going to use right now. I don't have any bacon grease. I don't really save it. Bacon grease is not good for y'all. It's really not good. Any kind of type of grease really is not good for you. So I don't save it. Now, it is good every once in a while. Like if I'm making biscuits and gravy, and I put a little bacon grease in with it when I'm frying yeah, it'll taste wonderful. But it's not good for y'all. So canola oil is definitely not good for you either. Ghee is probably one of the healthier options. Makes sense. Use what you have. Yeah, I already read that. Sorry. So, use what you can, but if you have high cholesterol and stuff like that, you definitely don't want to be using those. I am a firm believer that I think that high cholesterol is a farce. I think that I have a lot of theories on that. So I think a lot of doctors push a lot of cholesterol medication on you, and it can cause Alzheimer's. It can cause all different kinds of things, things that we don't even know. And good cholesterol is super important to have, and some cholesterol is really important for you to have. It's really important for your brain function. So some cholesterol is really good for you. However, if you're a really healthy person, a little bit of bacon grease is not going to kill you. So a little bit of grease is not going to hurt you. If you're a really healthy person and you put a lot of bacon grease on something for the first time, you may be going in and out of the bathroom a lot because it is grease and your body might not be able to handle it. So use some ghee. Ghee is good. It's a healthier choice. However, I'm using canola oil on all of these because I've used the ghee and I don't quite like it. So it's up to y'all. The studies show that cholesterol meds only work at 1%. So yeah, so then why the heck are we taking them? I will refuse to be on them, and I'll just kind of watch what I eat. If that's the case, I do not have high cholesterol or anything like that, so I'm not worried about it. Though when I was doing keto, I did have a little bit of high cholesterol. It's because I was doing nothing but low carb, and I was doing what they call dirty keto. And the dirty keto, they do pepperoni and all that kind of stuff, and that's not really that great for you. So it will give you high cholesterol. But once I stopped eating that and I started taking garlic and drinking red wine, my cholesterol went back down. It's wonderful again. So no issues. By the way, red wine and garlic, if you eat it all the time, it's spectacular for you and will keep you in balance. Red wine. Now, I'm not talking about like sugary red wine, like grape juice. It has to be the driest red wine that you've ever had. And it doesn't have a great taste, but after a while you get used to it and you can have a glass or two at night and it will bring down your cholesterol. Let's see. How did you like keto? I liked it. I didn't do keto. I had gestational diabetes, and so I watched my carbs. But when you're pregnant, you can't just go completely keto. You have to have carbs when you are pregnant because that helps for brain function for your baby. So you can't just go completely keto. So I did a lot of meats and cheeses when I was pregnant, but then I'd throw in an apple or something like that. And then later on down the road, when I had my cholesterol checked, my cholesterol was through the roof. So you really just have to watch. It was okay. I did lose some weight and it was great and I felt good. You just have to watch your levels. I cut all my hydrogenated fats out of my diet. Yep. My mother must have not eaten any carbs. Why you say that? Oh, why are you saying you have no brain function? No, that's funny. Yeah, believe it or not, carbs are really necessary. So that's like when you do the Atkins diet, they slowly introduce you back in with carbs, but it's the good carbs. It's like vegetables that have carbs in them, like carrots and peas and stuff like that. They slowly introduce you back into those things because you shouldn't be on a low carb diet for the rest of your life or a no carb diet. Some carbs are okay. And I'm still like looking on here. It's kind of dark in here. So I'm still looking to see if I have any rust. And honestly, I do. But it's not as bad as it was. And I probably have rust all over my face. All right, this side has some rust on it, so I'm going to go ahead and work on it a little bit right here. giving this a look around to see if I've missed like some major things. And there are some places in between here that I can't get. And Marshmallow Man was talking about a Dremel that would work really well in between some of these hard to reach places. And yes, I am doing this on my counter. It's not that big of a deal. I think it looks great. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to rinse this off really good and actually take a better look at it because it does have dust and crap all over it. So I'm having a hard time telling. So give me 1 second and I'll do that. But it's not that bad. I'm going to rinse this off really quick and then I'll show you the results. Okay, get my towel. Give me 1 second. Okay, guys, I think it turned out wonderful. There's still some parts on it that I need to like go over, and like I have a groove here in the top part of my pan. You can see it. It has rust in it, so I'm gonna try and get that out. But for the most part, it looks wonderful. All the rust came out, and it looks phenomenal. So I'm just gonna take this. I have this turned. So I'm going to take this like little edge and I'm going to get inside that groove. And see if I can get some of that rust out. That's probably the hardest part here is getting that rust out of that little groove. It shouldn't be that bad. I mean, this thing, it wasn't like out there for years or anything. It was just out there for a little bit. So I think I got it, most of it. I'm going to keep working at that little groove that I have on the pan. And a Dremel would probably work really well for something like this, but I don't have one. Honestly, most people don't have tools. They don't have sanders. They don't have stuff like that because they don't do that kind of stuff, especially women. Women don't have that kind of stuff. I'm not saying women don't do that, but the majority of women don't. And so you're not going to see that hanging around their kitchen or around the house. So buying some sandpaper and showing you guys how I do this is just, if hubby left it outside, why isn't he cleaning it? I asked him that too. I don't mind doing it. It's not a big deal. If it was really bad, then yes, I would make him do it with a sander because, yeah, it's not that bad. And I think it's looking good. All right. And that's that. And I didn't dry the inside of this, so I'm going to do that real quick. I'm cooking dinner while I watch and had to pour a glass of wine. Thanks for the suggestion. Yeah, it's so good for you. It really is. Dry wine. Now, sugary, sweet wine, not so much. It was the last ditch effort to get our standing hero back on the nice list. All right, I'm going to check out this inside. Inside is not too bad. There is a section right here that I want to sand. But for the most part, it's not bad. And I'll probably have to wash again just to kind of clear up. And then it will be ready to grease. I'm going to do the lid as well. And it's looking pretty good. So I'm pretty impressed. I think if he would have left this out there even longer than necessary, it might have been really bad. Yeah, dry wine is excellent for you. My favorite is Merlot. I drink the really dark Merlot.
I'm drinking any fucking Merlot.
And that's really good. But they have, Pinot Grigio is really good too. And I like a Sauvignon Blanc. And all that is really good. I just don't like any wines that have an oak taste to them. I'm really not into that. That's not good to me. So I will not drink those. I'm going to get this handle again on the side because I was having a really hard time standing it and getting my fingers in there. So I'm going to get that. think I got it. Oh no, there's a spot right here I want to get real quick. Okay, so some people are going to ask, why cast iron? Why? Well, for one, it doesn't have that Teflon coating. My mom tried to call me. It doesn't have that Teflon coating, and I hate that. I will not use Teflon. I hate it. I think it's the cause of many illnesses. That's just my opinion. I'm not a doctor, but I don't use anything with Teflon. And I'm now getting to the point where I don't use plastic for anything either. I use all glass Tupperwares. And so, yeah, that's one reason. The second reason is it tastes better. When you do stuff in cast iron, it just tastes better. I don't know why it does. It just tastes really good. I only like to cook with cast iron. Teflon is a forever chemical, so you are spot on. Yeah. It's not good. We had gotten rid of everything Teflon about five or 6 years ago. I don't know if that's going to help me in this lifetime or not, because I've been using Teflon all my life. I mean, think about it. I mean, my mom had a Teflon pan. So I don't know. We'll see. But for the most part, we don't use Teflon. And I've been using stainless steel now for years, and I cook really well on it. So a lot of people have an issue cooking on stainless steel. They say that everything sticks, and I've gotten to the point where I cook really well on a stainless steel pan. So I'm just getting any possible rust spots that I had in here, and that's what I'm doing. Like, I have like little flakes here and there, so I'm just sanding that. Did several videos on PFAS and Forever Chemicals. Oh, cool. Honestly, Dr. Paula, I honestly have not seen them, so I apologize. I do have a couple of really good stainless steel pans, but I just love the way the cast iron cooks things better. It does. It from chicken to hot dogs, or or whatever. It even cooks a hot dog like you cook it on a grill. So it's wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna rinse this one last time, take a really good look at everything, and see if I got all the rust off. Which I'm pretty sure I did, but I want to rinse this just so I can get another better look at it. Okay, so y'all, it looks really good. I still have some rust in that groove on the top, but I'm gonna dry this off really quick. I'll have to. Thank you for sharing that information. Yeah, people actually freak me out when they tell me that they're on cholesterol medication. It was my one cousin, I think, told me, and she's like only 50, and doctor wanted her on cholesterol medication, and I was like, have you done research? Have you really thought about that? Do your own research out there, but that is something that I won't be taking. Gonna try and get in this groove. But for the most part, guys, it's all came off. It's looking beautiful. You can see the pan. I mean, it's beautiful. It just had some surface rust. It wasn't anything that I needed to like hardcore soak or anything like that. It was just some surface rust. It wasn't that big of a deal. So I just need to get in this groove because I don't like that. And that groove is very hard to get my paper in. So I have a friend who pops pills for everything. Now I think it is catching up to him. I have to be in a hospital bed before I accept any pills. Yeah. I'm with you. Dancing alone with rentals, says Dr. Paula Ruffin. Yeah. I don't really like taking pills either. I do think some pills are necessary. You know, one of them particularly is mental health stuff. I think some people can't help that, and so they need medication. And other than that, I think everything can be pretty much curable. I'm not really a big fan with using herbal remedies for mental health. I think some things just you need medication for, and so. But for the most part, yes. I don't even take Advil unless I absolutely have to, and I will suffer with a headache for a while before I take it. Pardon me. You should buy the little scrubber brushes at the Home Depot that gets into the crevices. Yes, I should. I need to, for sure. I'm going to try and get back in here. I just don't think I can press down hard enough. That's what's going on. I'm not going to be able to get all of it. I am trying, though. Hey, Garden State Gardener. I know you were going live, and I'm sorry. But doing this, it was a random thing, so. And okay, so I think I got most of it, but this pan is looking pretty good, and I'm pretty impressed with it. So now I'm going to move on. I'm going to rinse this really good and let it dry thoroughly before I do any type of sealing or any type of God, I can't think right now. Before I put any type of oil in this, I'm going to let it dry thoroughly. In fact, they suggest you could preheat your oven. They suggest putting it in the oven if you've gotten it wet and letting it dry in the oven. You can do that as well. And I've seen professionals do that. So, but you really want this dry as much as possible before you put any type of oil on it. Now I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on to my lid. My lid isn't that bad, actually, y'all. The inside is perfect still. And this, I have like maybe some minor rust on the top. But you want to make sure that you don't have any rust on it, because more rust equals more rust. And then before you know it, your entire lid is rusty. So I'm just going to see, this is just some light surfacing rust. It's not like anything deep or anything like that. And like I said, it hadn't been sitting out there for very long. So I'm just going to take my sander here and just kind of get to scrubbing these off. Seasoning, thank you, Rebel. My brain isn't really working. And there is that. I didn't have that many, actually, spots on here, so that's good. Just a few. Okay, I think it's looking good. I just did some spots on my lid. You can see where it had some rust here and there. I'm going to go ahead and rinse this off. It's actually looking really, really good. I had one section that just didn't do what I wanted it to do. So I'm going to try again. I might have had a deeper rust on it. I'm not sure. There. It's gone. Just, I guess, needed some elbow grease. There we go. There's a couple spots, actually. I have one here, too. I think that's good. Having a hard time seeing here. But, yeah, it looks great. And that'll be ready for some grease as well. Now, seasoning, you have to season the top as well. I know you're not going to be... you're really not going to be cooking on the top of this. But you're going to want to grease it. And the reason why you want to grease the lids and stuff is because they will get rusty. And you don't want your lids all greasy or all rusty. So you need to put a fine layer of whatever you're using for your cast iron. You need to put that on the top and on the inside. So just make sure you're doing that. And when you season them, this also needs to go in the oven. So just remember that. I think it's looking pretty good, guys. And I've completed it. Woo. Sorry. Hi, Glenn. Thanks for coming in. And for those that you don't know, I got a new dog. And so my little dog is out there barking her head off. But I think it's looking pretty good, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. I want to thank you all for coming in and hanging out with me tonight. And hopefully I've educated you a little bit on cast iron and what exactly to do when you're in a situation like that. For you and I, this is elbow grease work. For a person who is in a manic episode, it is a welcome task. For sure. I get that. So anyway, thank you all for coming in. And we will see you all next time. I've been live for an hour. So have a good night. And hopefully I educated you a little bit on cast iron and what to do when your pan is super busted. Yeah. So have a good night and we'll talk to y'all soon. If I can do it. There we go.